College basketball.
Yeah. Wild, isn't it?
Number 1 and number 2. We could have the first time ever in about 2 weeks if both these teams can hang on. Bama's going to hang on because they're going to be on a big bye. Auburn's fixing to play a little bit.
Somebody could just beat Duke.
Auburn's going – they got some favorable home games. Their schedule's made out great for them this year.
Mm-hmm.
It just has. Hey, look, man.
I mean, it's not been by design. It's just worked out that way. Yeah, I mean, they got Florida this week, but they got them at home.
They got a good team, and they're getting a lot of home schedules.
Mm-hmm. They're tougher games.
But when's the last time?
Luckily, have been at home.
When's the last time we've had a number 1, number 2, Bama and Auburn?
I don't remember ever. I mean, right now it's Duke. Somebody beat them, please. Right, they're going 1, 2, 3. It's going to be Auburn, Duke, Alabama. That's a done deal.
I would love to have I would love to have that a number. Go ahead with college. I'm going to get him some more.
All right. Well,
number 1 Auburn. They're playing good right now. Watched them play the other day. Tell us about them.
They're just good, man. I mean, they got so many players. They've got, of course, Broom.
2 guys off the bench.
The 2 guys. They got that Miles Kelly, Pettiford, Denver Jones, Chaney Johnson, Baker Mazzara. They're pretty loaded. And me and Matt watched them yesterday, and when they needed points, they hit the shot. I don't ever. Do you ever remember seeing them miss anything when they needed it? No. So right now, standing-wise, Auburn's number 1 in the conference at 8-0. Alabama's 2, 8-1. Missouri 3 at 6-2. 4 is Texas A&M at 6-3. 5's Florida at 5-3. Florida has not lost a non-conference game. They're 13-0 out of conference.
Who's their owner? Who all there?
They've lost to Tennessee once.
They feel bad.
Yes, bad. Tennessee is 18-4, 5-4 in the conference. They're 6th. Ole Miss 7th at 5-4. Ole Miss beat Alabama. Vandy 4-4. They're 8th. They beat Kentucky and Tennessee. Kentucky's 4-4 in the conference, and they have more top 15 wins than anybody in the country. And Mississippi State gave Alabama everything they wanted the other night, and they're 4-5 in the conference, and they nearly beat Alabama. That's just the top 10, not to mention Texas is good. They're 11th. Georgia's 13th. Arkansas's 15th in the conference. They go into Kentucky and beat them by 10 last night.
Cal shows up at the old stomping grounds and just puts the 1 pound.
Looks better, lost a bunch of weight, kept his cool. I think they booed him a little. Not bad, though. It wasn't. They just thought and I think what's so ironic about Cal is one of the things that the Kentucky people were so aggravated about with him was that he would have players for a year.
Yeah.
And they'd be gone.
But kids knew they could come there and transition and go get paid.
His best 3 players for Arkansas are in their 2nd year.
But
players don't come to Arkansas and leave, right?
No, maybe I don't. Well, we got NIL now.
Well, easier to keep around.
You can keep them. Hey, I'm gonna go NBA and get $100 million. Well, if you'll stay here, we can give you $1 million. Okay.
I think they might have even told Cal. I don't know this. Brought him in and said, "Look, stop this one and done. Quit going out here and getting 5 best freshmen. Stop it." And I don't know. They didn't like each other.
When you get the best players, here's the thing with that stuff. When you get the number 1 guys, boy, you know they're not hanging around.
No.
Of course, the number 200 point guard is not probably leaving early. But with this AD team, I was talking about AD a while ago.
Yeah,
they were good.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this:
with them.
You went to the top 10 there.
Mm-hmm.
Could AD's Kentucky team? Could Auburn beat them?
No.
Okay, thank you. I don't think so either.
No, I don't think so. But, I mean, I don't know that this is – I mean, we talked about – I don't know this is a lot better than the Auburn team that went to the Final Four.
Yeah, that's good. Auburn fans answer that question. Put us out
there. They're good now.
Could this Auburn team beat that 2015?
I don't know what year
2015?
18. I don't know. The one when Virginia hit the free throws.
I think it was 2015.
That was a good team. It's been a while, though. And Alabama, I don't know that this year's team's better than last year's. Do you think this team's?
That's a good question, man.
I don't know. That last year's Alabama team went to the Final Four, lost to UConn, which who didn't?
Okay, I was going to look it up.
And don't be shocked if UConn three-peats. I mean, it won't floor me. But I don't. Maybe they not. Maybe they won't. Is this year's Alabama team better?
What makes them better?
I don't know that they are. I mean, their defense is horrendous, according to experts.
According to me. God dang, man.
And Auburn's is not.
Well, they rebound the ball, and that's why they get the ball back. They're getting second opportunity points. It's not complicated.
Oh, Auburn hits a ton of second opportunity points. How many did they have yesterday? How many times did you say, my gosh, they got it back again?
It showed at the end there how many. Now, they turned it over 12 times to Ole Miss, but Ole Miss is top 5 in turnovers.
Yeah, Auburn.
They had Bama for 14 turnovers.
14, yeah. Now, I think Alabama's good.
Okay, Auburn's men's basketball, Virginia versus Virginia during the Final Four on Saturday, April the 6th, 2019. That's the game you're talking about.
They lost by 1. Questionable foul call at the end.
April the 6th, 2019. Kyle Guy made 3 free throws with 0.6 seconds left for Virginia to pull off its win.
Who does that?
I'll tell you who don't hit free throws. You're talking about Bama. Grant Nelson is blah. I don't watch all his free throws. He is missing the crap out of them. So, could this year's team, what do I like about better Alabama this year, 24 January to 25 January team? I think this team's better off the bench. Mm-hmm. I think Bama could be number 1. I think they can beat Auburn at Alabama, at Tuscaloosa.
Alabama, yeah.
But if they get hot and shoot right.
Mm-hmm. That's the only thing with Bama. You know, they shoot so many threes.
I think it's a dog's trying to chew the cord or something.
That's one thing with Auburn yesterday. They were hot.
If Bama gets hot,
they hit 14 threes.
They can beat probably about anybody.
I would say.
But when they don't,
because they shoot so much, they shot 11 threes in like the first 8 minutes of a ball game.
If they don't get hot though,
they're done.
Which this is the stupidest thing to say in the world. Well, if they don't get hot and miss their shots, they probably lose. Yeah, no shit. I mean,
yeah.
If I start missing my shots, I ain't winning either. So, what do I like about? I think the bench is better on this year's team. Mm-hmm. I like their guys coming off the bench being able to play some. What's his name? The Owaku.
I'm not familiar. I love Nelson and Sears.
He come in and played. He won the Hard Hat Award.
Holloway came from Auburn.
He played 11 minutes and won the Hard Hat Award. Okawaku. I don't know.
Holloway.
No, this was the.
No, I mean Holloway. I like him.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
The one that came from Auburn.
Yeah. He's a good player.
How good? That's why I think I don't know. These guys for Auburn can play. He left Auburn because of the players.
Auburn's got they got 2 good guys come off the bench play.
Yeah, Pettiford and Johnson. Now they're not much deeper than their 7.
No,
they're really not.
I know
7. Now let me see. Auburn, they may be 8 deep.
That's 7. It's 7.
Okay.
And here's the problem, and I know Auburn fans are sensitive. They have thin skin because they've just never really been good at anything. And when they become good at something for just a little bit, and you want to talk sports talk and critique them, and we're just talking sports talk.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying anything against them.
No, I think they got a great team. They should be number 1. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with it at all.
No, they've lost 1 ball game.
I mean, they've got like 12 or 13 quad 1 wins. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm not against that at all. But we're sports media, and we're supposed to talk about the good and the bad. We just give you all the good points we liked about them. Mm-hmm. What worries me about this Auburn team is down the stretch in the tournament into March.
They're not much more than 7 deep, right?
I don't know how that's going to hold up. And I like Houston. I like Duke. And I like Houston, and I know they've beat them. Please, but please, young basketball fans, know that just because you've beat a team once, that don't mean you won't play them again.
You better not play them that 3rd time for sure.
And 2, you also need to know that you're not going to get them at home. You're going to be playing off in an arena in Arizona or something, right?
It would probably serve Auburn better to get in this tournament and start winning and meet Duke, since that's who beat them.
Sure.
Because that was a good game. I mean, it was a solid game. It was at Duke.
Look, flag is good.
Who wins at Duke?
Yeah.
Which, dude, I'm not taking nothing away from them. They're good.
Yes. Cooper's good.
But they're freshman led.
Well, he was 17 years old.
Yeah.
That's insane.
He was the state player of the year.
He scored on this Auburn defense like.
Oh, yeah. Which is a pretty good, solid defense.
They got a really solid defense. But how to beat Auburn is, here's the secret to beat them. And I'm going to tell you the secret to beat Alabama. And then you tell me what you think. Just hit the shots. If you miss, Auburn's getting putbacks.
Yeah. Yeah, Broom's pretty good.
Bama likes to play too much man. I don't like that.
That's all they play, isn't it?
I don't know if I've seen them play zone any. I nearly want to text Coach Austin the other night and ask him, do they play zone, Coach? And I'm just not noticing it.
Never did. Never.
I'm not noticing the zone because I'm not IQ basketball like Coach Red. I nearly text him the other night because he does watch them play.
Oh, yeah.
When he's not busy with the girls. I nearly texted him the other night and said, are they playing zone of some kind? I don't see it.
No, I don't.
So those are things that I don't like about Bama. I don't like how they run the offense. They don't play good defense. And things I don't like about Auburn, I'm worried about their bench. And they don't – and I know they were high in that shooting what was it, shooting –
The efficiency.
But they don't score a lot.
Not like – no, I mean, they did yesterday.
But you don't have to if your defense plays good.
Right.
You can score 60 and win a game. Bama's going to have to score like 90.
Yeah, their defense is
Just
struggling.
It's just a joke.
I mean,
it's
they
an
didn't give
absolute
up
joke.
much yesterday.
I just would nearly like to go to a Bama practice, and I'm just nearly bet my next paycheck.
It's probably brutal.
It's probably not. I bet they just sit around and shoot the freaking ball all the time and play scrimmage.
Yeah.
There's no defense.
No, they've
so
given
what
up
do you
90.
What do you like about Auburn? What's good? What's the positives and negatives with Auburn?
I just think they're just deep. I'm not bench-wise. I think that they've got 4 or 5 different guys that can score a lot. You've got Broom. He can hit 20. That Denver Jones can hit 20. And Baker Mazzara, obviously, can hit. You got 3 players that can score 20 points in a game.
Yeah.
That's good. So if one of them's off.
They're double-digit scores.
Yes.
They're going to get at least 10.
It don't matter if Broom's off.
Yeah.
So what?
If he starts hitting threes, it's done. They ain't nobody going to beat them.
I guess what I don't like, I don't see much outside of their 7 as far as scoring.
So that works. So you like their guys at the points.
Now, 7 in high school, you got 7 guys that can play. Sure. That's great.
Absolutely.
But
because
college,
most time high school, you got like 2.
Yeah, college, you might need the 8th.
Yeah.
I don't know who their 8th is. And tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he's an elite scorer. That could hurt him down the road. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, most teams don't have 8 scorers. But I'm just saying, could that come into play at some point?
If you was to mix Bama and Auburn basketball team, ain't nobody beat them.
No, gosh, no.
If you could play defense with their Auburn's defense, have Broom scoring and Nelson scoring and Sears and Holloway, yeah.
And, well,
if we can combine the powers of the state of Alabama.
They're combining. Alabama and Auburn's combining.
What are we going to call it? Alabama Poly University?
Alabama Polytech. I'll tell you something I don't like about Auburn. It's not, 7 deep. Some people be like, golly, Connecticut's Kansas is only 7 deep.
But I'm asking you to pick. Yeah. So we're being picky. It's like going to a chef and the chef says, okay, I'm going to make you the best. I'm going to make you the best steak you've ever had. And then he comes out and says, what do you not like about the steak? And I'll say, well, I'd rather you trim a little bit of the fat off. Don't like nothing I do. No. You ask.
And I've noticed something else about them, and y'all can't deny this. They'll be drilling their opponent. Then all of a sudden you look up, and 5 minutes later, and their opponent's back in it. And then they drilling them again. You know what that's telling me, don't you?
Are they getting bored, or?
I don't know how with that madman over there screaming the entire game, which is annoying. I'm sorry.
I can't stand him.
And I think he's fantastic.
We're not saying he's not a good coach.
33 seconds with a 13-point lead, and you're screaming your head off at your point guard. And don't give me that, well, he coaches him all the time. Shut up.
I'm just not a fan of that. I don't like him.
I don't know how he has it. Unless he's faking it. I don't know how he's not had a heart attack on the floor.
Well, that's just,
34 seconds for a 13-point lead, and he's just absolutely head
Foaming.
about to blow off because Denver Jones threw a ball and it missed the guy on the wing. They're holding it.
Yes.
Who cares?
Yeah, yeah. There's times to die on the hill, and but who am I to tell Coach Pearl how he wants to coach his team?
But I tell you yesterday, he must be unbelievable with developing these guys.
Well, he's got some good.
Because Broome played at Morehead State in Kentucky.
Yeah,
Morehead State.
Yeah, I don't know if he is doing it because he's not been very successful there, really. Mm-hmm. A lot of Final Four. They've been to 3 Final Fours?
I don't know. He just went to the one.
Just the one, yes.
I think he's been to a couple of Final Eights.
Yes. I think, his career as a whole, I think he did.
3 Final. I think he went to some eights.
I think he went to 2 at Tennessee.
Might have.
But anyway.
2 eights, yeah.
I'm just saying he's not the Louisville coach that I love so much.
Tino.
Yeah, he's not him.
No.
He's not Krzyzewski. And we're not saying Oates is. We're talking about Auburn, so you stay on track here. Just because we're talking about Auburn don't mean we're picking. So then that means you need to throw Alabama like we're throwing them. You just calm down. This is sports media. We're supposed to talk about each team. I'm just not a fan of him. And I don't think his accolades are high enough to be where he can be that way.
I think he's...
Like Bobby Knight was.
I want to say that Pearl, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, has been to the Elite Eight 3 times maybe. He's been to 1 Final Four. I'm pretty sure he didn't go to 1 at Tennessee, but I do think he went deep, which they say you can't stay on a coach if he's going to the Final 8.
No, right, no.
You just can't. You can't.
If this Auburn,
you can't rerun the coaches.
Okay, last thing here with
eight.
them. If they don't make the Elite Eight, what?
I think it's a disappointment.
Huge disappointment. If they don't make
Elite Eight, fine. They had a good year. That happens.
I'm saying
they don't go to the Elite Eight.
The way they've played this year, and
I'd say for both.
Have they been ranked number 1 how many times before?
Not a lot. I'm sure some.
I want to say this team, they better make the Final Four. And I'm not going to say fire Pearl. I'm not doing that.
But you're saying it's an underachievement if they don't.
Dude, they've already hung the banner at Auburn. Mm-hmm. They've already said we're national champs.
What about Alabama? 16,
Alabama.
8? Well, the way they play, heck, they could go out at any.
They don't play defense. They get beat. They get beat by who they got this week.
Arkansas.
Yeah, they could. Arkansas beat.
At Arkansas, but that's the only game they got this year. So
I don't like the offense, dude. They don't.
It's just come down and crank threes.
Okay, they come around and set a screen. Grant will come over there and get on the shoulder and set a screen, and he'll spin off of it. And I've seen him backdoor trail, spin off of a screen, left side, coming across, hand up in the middle, open. He dribbles on, Sears will dribble on around to the right and pass the guy in the corner with somebody.
Somebody said they saw Sears take 4 threes in a series the other night. Not a quarter, not a half, a series. Or Alabama, not Sears.
I just don't like their style of offense. I don't understand it. And Oates is kind of the opposite of Pearl.
He's the exact opposite.
Pearl is that you can see his neck and his forehead veins exploding just because he said, I'm having a wonderful day. He's just, I'm going to take a shit. If he's just talking in general, he just is exploding.
I know people that
don't
take this wrong.
He's just way over.
People older than me and women, I think you know what I'm talking about, absolutely despise him. Looking at him, will they quit showing that goofy looking thing over there whose veins fixing to pop out of his head with a 15-point lead with 9 seconds left?
I don't like it.
That's what makes a great coach, Dean. Maybe that's why you wasn't one. Okay, well, Alabama's number 3, and they got a guy that sits over there like this the whole game.
They just kind of. I'm more middle.
There's 2 styles. There's 3 styles.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's laid back, middle of the road, and madman.
Yeah.
And Pearl's madman. I respect
Pearl,
that.
he's throwing cheers on the floor. I don't know how he hadn't already. But I don't.
It's usually not at the players, though. It's usually at the refs.
I don't like Bama's. I don't like how they run. Well, you have a guy, you have up here at the top of the key here. Here's the basket, you know. Sears brings the ball down, works to his left. Grant comes out of the free throw line, off the box here, comes up here, sets a pick, and when he picks him, Sears will try to come around. Grant rolls off like this. Grant rolls out and comes down the middle of the lane like this with his hand up down the middle of the lane after Sears rolls. He's wide open. He don't pass it. Sears passes it to this guy down here. And instead of the pick going back down the middle of the goal, he passed it to the guy in the corner.
He didn't hit the pick and roll.
What are we even doing? I don't understand, and I'm not at all qualified to be at all to be qualified to do nothing but just run my mouth. I just don't understand. Todd, you've done it more than I have at a higher level. What is the problem with Alabama's offense? Why is it look?
Well, he just got 3-point shooters. I mean, that's how he gets them there. We're going to run and gun. If you want to have fun, come here. It's not going to be very structured.
I'm not going to play defense.
You're going to run to a spot, and you catch it, you shoot it.
Well, that's been successful at North Sand Mountain.
It's been successful with him. I mean,
they've got how many 100-point games at North Sand Mountain?
Oh, my gosh, they're great.
The coach and his dad, yeah. So we're just bringing him up just as local example.
We watched him play Spring Garden one time.
Yeah. That's Cooper's senior year.
He scored 85, and Spring Garden played well, I thought.
Yeah.
But wasn't no beating that bunch.
I'm just not a fan of Bama's offense, and they don't play defense. I don't know what there's really much to like about this. Sorry, fans.
But now I do like Auburn's offense.
Yes,
I like how they that ball around.
I like how they play.
They push it.
They get second chance shots.
Sometimes they push it too much. I saw a couple guys going in, and there wasn't even nobody around to throw it to.
Yeah, and they're to get over anxious. They're kids.
But when you point guard, you're alley-ooping to your point guard, you might be pretty good.
Backdoor lobs over the top. I like how they play.
I'm not saying Pearl's not a good coach. I just don't like his antics.
We don't like the yeah. I don't like Broom's yeah. If you're a good player, just be a good player. You don't have to do this every time. Every time you score. You know this stuff here, like Deshaun used to. I'm not a fan of that stuff.
Yeah, he does that stuff.
Just showboating. I don't like it. If I'm the coach, I'm saying, let's turn that down a little bit. Just don't.
He does.
Just be great. Play. Let your playing talk.
He stares players down.
Don't step over people and look down.
He stepped over and didn't even help him up. Though.
Just stand and step over a guy, and your nuts is swinging in your shorts in his face. Don't do that. I'm the coach. I'm not guys.
I'm not going to say Broom's arrogant, but
he is arrogant.
He's teetering on that line.
No, you don't have to say it. He is. He acts like a real ass.
See, that can come back to bite you.
What's great when you want to act like you've been there, but he never has. So he don't know how to act like you've been there before, kid. Well, he hadn't.
And I will say that they must have just had a bad game against Yale.
They just went to sleep. They just wasn't ready. They thought they were going to go in there and just roll in there and smoke it and go on the next round. And Yale got ahead of them, got a little confidence.
Yeah.
Pearl didn't know what to do. He couldn't reel it back in.
Yeah.
And that's on him.
Yeah, and that's happened to Kentucky twice.
So that's on him. When Bama lost the football game to Oklahoma, that falls on right old coach-ish. Didn't have them ready. So those are things we like about Auburn, Alabama basketball, kind of where they're headed for the SEC.
I think we'll see them both deep.
I'm worried about this, and we'll roll to give a little Super Bowl mention here and a pick probably. Lastly, for college basketball, I'm worried. I told you this. I'm worried it's going to be like football. And we're beating up on each other heavy right now. And then we get into bowl game, tournament play.
See, I think, I'll be honest with you.
I'm a little worried.
I think 3 or 4 at the most in the Sweet 16.
Then we get 4 teams in.
Maybe. I think Tennessee will go. Tennessee's good in the tournament.
Tennessee, Florida, Bama, Auburn.
That's what I think. I don't think Kentucky will make the Sweet 16.
No, I don't either. Tennessee,
That's
Florida.
The 4, I think.
Bama, Auburn.
Maybe A&M. Maybe.
Does Florida have a shot to beat Auburn?
I don't know. Well, they only scored 44 points Saturday. Yeah, but it's not a very good shot.
Very low percentage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say 70-30, wouldn't you? 80-20.
Yeah,
70-30.
70-30.
Yeah.
Auburn 70% chance to beat
If
Florida.
it's at Florida, maybe
80-20. I mean 50,
50-50, maybe.
60-40.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
do
Auburn.
I'm gonna do 70-50. I mean,
Yeah, we're going over 100. I think Auburn will, whatever their final record is, it's going to be something in 4. I don't think they'll lose it. They may lose in the SEC tournament, one regular season game and one game in the tournament. I don't think they'll win it. They can. They look pretty complete, but especially their starting 5. But
the injury bug better not bite them.
yeah, no, they've had some.
If Broom goes out, it's like done.
Well, that's
done.
the thing. That's what we're talking about the 7 deep. You got a guy goes out, then
Yeah.
you're 6 deep.
And that's a problem.
Yeah, for college, you got to have more than 6.
You going in the tournament, one of their guys goes out with a broke ankle,
Yeah,
breaks his foot, pops Achilles, is done.
they got 7 guys scoring right now. 7, and every game, one of them's not scoring a lot. It usually mixed up. I do like the fact that it's not just Broom. Now I thought it was just a Broom team, but
Early it was. I think early in the season it was.
Yeah,
And they figured out we're not going to be able to live on that because they played some close games. They're like, well, and then when they got in there and played Duke and lost, I think that's probably a big awakening for the assistants and the coaches. And say, okay, we're going to definitely run into this team again. We think we got a good team. We think we're going to play them again. So how do we make sure that we're good enough to beat that team on every game? And I think they've done that so far.
Yeah, I think Alabama, Auburn, Houston, Duke are definitely your top 4, wouldn't you?
And they may beat. Listen, guys, it's a marathon, and we talked about this last time. Don't be surprised if Marquette gets in there and makes a Sweet 16 run. Goes to Elite
Michigan
8.
State's good this year.
Man, I'm just
Arizona's good.
Kansas. Don't forget they still play basketball out there.
Blew a 21-point lead yesterday
Oh my God, what happened?
to Baylor.
But we're saying don't be surprised if Marquette, like I just said, if they get in the Sweet 16, don't flip crap. No, oh my God, I just don't be surprised.
No, I wouldn't.
Not even picking Marquette to win it.
No.
I like Houston right now. I think I like that's kind of like where they're at. UConn is still. I know they're not.
I think somebody's sneaking around. I'm
UConn's-
just saying this.
UConn's not smoking people right now.
No, I think somebody's sneaking around down there out of the top 3 going to win it. I'll just be honest with you.
Like 7, 8, 9. Well, which is 9, 10, 11's like Baylor, Kansas, and
Kansas. I mean, I don't
who
know.
was it? It's Baylor, Kansas, and
It's
somebody.
usually not well, sometimes it's your number 1 team, but
Very rarely.
sometimes
Not that
it's not.
I don't remember.
Pretty even. It's very even.
Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me. When's the last time a number 1's just went on a run and won it?
Probably UConn. They're Villanova.
Yeah, but those are blue blood basketball teams.
Yeah.
They're 10 deep on the bench, right?
Right.
They got 10 guys that can score 11 to 18
Oh,
points.
God, those UConn teams. Jeez.
They have 8 on the bench. They got 8 scores.
Yeah.
Not maybe 7. They're 8, maybe 9. And the guy that's not scoring 11,
Alabama's got a lot of scores.
they do. But those teams, those blue blood basketball teams like that, if they got a guy that only scores 9, well, he's getting 10 rebounds and 10 assists.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the difference. That's what we're trying to say. We're not saying that Auburn can't win it. We're saying we're a little worried about the bench and that their 8, 9 is not a 8-point, 10 rebound, 10 assist guy.
Especially if somebody gets hurt.
Yes, and probably shoots 80% of the free throw line, like these blue blood, because they have depth. They have dudes on the bench.
Oh, that Kentucky team that won it in '96.
Oh, God.
9, 10 deep. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, Grant Hill teams, those old Duke teams. Those guys had 7 or 8 guys. Well, I think they said there was how many guys on that squad that went NBA.
Yeah.
First, second round
7
guys.
or 8.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's the things we're worried or.
But we like them both.
Could
We
concern
both
it.
think they'll both make good runs.
I think the Iron Bowl is going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting. Very exciting for not been so exciting for football for a while. I think it's going to come back. I'll pick Auburn to win the Iron Bowl right now, live on this show for football. I'm telling you.
No, they're gonna be good. Well, they better be. He's gone.
They got some good players.